Well, hello, boys and girls. The witch is here. Yes, I do look like an evil witch a little bit because this is a Halloween video and I'm super excited. So, Georgia Tonka and I decided that we want to film two parts video together dedicated to Halloween and the most popular and interesting and fun characters that people would like to dress like. And yeah, she has a half of characters and have I have another half of characters. And I encourage you guys to watch two parts of this video because it's fun. Isn't it fun? I have my half of the characters, including so I'm going to talk about Winifred Anderson from Hocus Pocus, Dracula, Beetlejuice, Wednesday Addams, Emily in Paris, surprisingly. One positive pink character, right? Because I usually do the dark stuff. Harley Quinn and Rhaenyra Targaryen. So these are mine, and Georgia has some amazing, amazing characters too. I'm jealous about some of them, but we had to split them, including Barbie. Actually, I was thinking about getting Barbie, but she also wanted Barbie, and I decided, okay, I'll do Emily because I'm watching Emily right now. So yes, Georgia is amazing. Please check out her page, her blog. We have pretty similar tastes in many ways. So I think would be interesting for you guys. And she's just such a wonderful, amazing, kind human being. She's a very good friend. We've just seen each other here in New York. We spent some time together. And I'm just more than excited about making this video together with her. I hope that you enjoy both. So yes, pour yourself some blood or I don't know, something, or tea or coffee will do too. And come back to me. Let's talk about these fragrances. Okay, so let's just go according to the list that I mentioned. Let's start with Winifred Anderson from Hocus Pocus. If you remember, she's the redhead, that main kind of mama witch. And I wanted to talk about the witch. You know, she's a redhead. She's passionate. She has an attitude. She's dangerous. She's chaotic, unpredictable. And once she comes into the room, you just cannot help but notice her. She becomes the center of everywhere she goes. And I thought that she deserves a fragrance that is like that. And Tyger by Francesca Bianchi, that is inspired by the muscles under the tiger's fur, you know, the rolling of those muscles. I think that goes very well with her because this is fruity. This is kind of vintagey. It has a vintage vibe, and she's not a young girl, as we know, and she's looking for becoming young again, chasing that. And yes, so there's a whole mix of everything. There's a peach, very juicy, bright orange peach, and I associate this orange, you know, color with her hair too, because she's a redhead, and her like red lips too. Like sometimes she has bright lips, if I remember right. And yeah, it's mimosa, rose, wood, amber. There's like so much in this. There's a huge pyramid in this fragrance, and it's all together. It's like a witch is making her potion. It's how I imagine Francesca Bianchi. She just puts everything into that kettle, you know. I don't say she's a witch, no, she's a beautiful woman, but there's something witchy about her and the fragrances that she creates. They're usually kind of bohemic. They sometimes are hard to understand. They're heavy. They're difficult to wear. Like her fragrances are really hard to wear sometimes. Not sometimes, all the time. And this one too. And this fragrance fills the room. It's such a beast. It's a monster. And it's sweet, but it's also heavy and powdery and vintagey. And it's all together. It's how I imagine this kind of old witch. You know, I think that would go very well for her. And this fruity part is also, for me, it represents the fun part, you know, the humorous, light-hearted part of this witch because she's kind of, she's not a very negative, right? She's with some sense of humor there. Yeah, so I think that would go well. So my second character is Dracula. We all know Dracula, right? Actually, his image has been changing from this classic one in a kind of a suit or something, to almost basically Edward Cullen from Twilight. But now I want to talk about more of a classic image, like maybe something that we imagine in the first place. This dark haired, tall, pale, decadent looking with rings on his fingers, seductive. And I decided to go with two fragrances. One fragrance I chose for Dracula and another one for his mistresses, because of course there are beautiful women around him who are his wives or brides. Brides is the correct word. For his brides, I chose Rouge Velours because it's a fragrance that is very beautiful and sexy in a way to me. I see it as sexy, and it has the most beautiful, amazing projection. So it smells like rose. I would say even wine of roses. It's like a rose wine, jasmine that lifts it up. Of course, rose is there too, like this big, red, beautiful, luscious roses. And tea. There's also a tea note, and I can say that yes, I do smell some tea aspect in it. I already said that projection is beautiful. There's something so classy about it, something so interesting, and you're gonna want to smell. When somebody goes by and they wear this fragrance, it's hard not to follow them. It has that quality in it. It's a beautiful fragrance, and this color. I wanted to choose this kind of color for fragrances for Dracula and his brides because I think it's perfect. And the fragrance that I chose for Dracula himself is Bloody Wood by Liquid's Imaginaires because this is different. This is more woody, and I smell something like oak barrels, and there is mineral saltiness about it. I smell something a little bit salty. This fragrance is dancing between sweet and salty, and roses, of course, and wine and dried fruits. It's so beautiful. And this wood in it, it's amazing. I literally smell this barrels with wine somewhere downstairs in the cellar. Yeah, I think this is something how I would expect Dracula to smell. I don't try to choose fragrances that, like the particular bottle that a character would buy in a store. No, it's just playing on how I imagine somebody smelling, like this symbolically, I would say. Next character is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I don't know if you've seen second part. I just a couple few weeks ago I went to the cinema and I saw second part of Beetlejuice. I liked it, and I really like Jenna Ortega too. And I think the movie was good. I cannot say, oh my god, I will never forget this movie, but I think it was great. And the fragrance that I chose for Beetlejuice, I actually don't have in a bottle, but I know this fragrance. It's Moth by Zoologist. So imagine that you came into a very, very old house. Maybe nobody lives there anymore. It's all dusty. There's this layer of dust all around that house. And you go upstairs, go into the bedroom, master's bedroom. Somebody used to live there. And you can see that it used to be beautiful. There's velvet, silk, the huge wooden bed, big windows that are closed, they're shut, and the air is very stale in this room. You can see this beauty that has been dead for a while. And you open a closet, and it's full of clothes, maybe old school Victorian clothes like dresses or suits, maybe all together. And while you open it like this very quickly, the air from that closet just does this into your face. And this is how Moth smells to me. Dusty, old clothes, maybe old makeup too. It's a very, very strange scent. It reminds me this how I imagine very old, ugly theaters, something of that kind. I think there can be nothing more perfect for Beetlejuice than that scent because he's dead. He's been long dead, and he shows up in the world of real people and he's full of humor, his own humor that not everybody enjoys, maybe, but we enjoy as viewers. I think he's funny, he's hilarious, and self confident. And Moth as a fragrance is very self confident too because it's so strong. It's the one that you will notice. It's the one that is impossible to miss, just like Beetlejuice. It will be there forever once you spray it. It's on me, it stays pretty long. Sometimes annoying, just like Beetlejuice. You want him to like leave already, and the same with this fragrance. Okay, next, I wanted to mention Wednesday Addams, talking about Jenna Ortega. So, a little bit of a magic happened, and I brought the bottle that was not here before because I used it in another video and I put it away. And now I realized, oh no, I had to keep it on the desk. So, talking about Wednesday, she would find a bottle by somebody's grave. Somebody just brought it there in memory of a person who passed away, or I don't know, there would be a story there. Or she would find it in some flea market. It would be something old, somebody that probably nobody knows, and it would smell probably like moth. But let's talk about something that I see on her. And I decided to go with Angela Ciampagna, Liquo. And just look at this. I don't think that Wednesday wouldn't like this bottle. I think she would be obsessed with this bottle because it's her like a color scheme. I was thinking about which Wednesday I want to talk about. The I've never seen the older movies, the first black and white movie about Addams family. I've seen movies from the 90s with Christina Ricci playing Wednesday, and I love her. I love her, but let's be honest, that character is a little flat. It's very predictable. We know exactly what Wednesday does, and there is no character growth, so nothing really happens there. And the recent movie by Tim Burton with Jenna Ortega, that one is great. And that movie gives this life to Wednesday. Now she really has character. Now she made a friend. She fell for a boy. She's solving mysteries like a detective. When we see Wednesday as a real person, I mean, real person, at least on the screen, as real as it can be, right? And I would like to talk about that Wednesday, who has more depth, and it's easier to talk about her and to find her fragrance. So when I was talking about something she found on a grave, yes, that's how I see that. But if I would choose a fragrance for her, it would be something like this. The main note here that I smell the most is anise and also licorice, of course. It's very prominent here, very strong. I also smell hay and little hints of violet, maybe something like ambrette and wood. Yeah, it's such an interesting fragrance. It's very unusual. It's not something that everybody would wear. This is hardcore niche from Italy, and I like the brand. Angela's fragrances are not easy to wear, most of them. There are a couple that are okay. So Kanat, that one is pretty easy. It's like leather. It's very nice and much easier to wear. This one is not as much, but first, just look at this. This would look so organic, on Wednesday's shelf with her stuff, maybe with a typewriting machine. I think she would choose something unusual. And licorice is something black, something that a lot of people dislike. And once you tried it, you will always know how it tastes and how it smells. The same was Wednesday. And I actually admire her character, and I think she's just such a beautiful, strong woman, and she stays true to herself and she follows her heart, her path. She doesn't let other people dictate what she can do, what she cannot do, sometimes even too much. At least in this first season, she finds a good balance where she can have friends and people around her. She can welcome them into her life, but she has her own path and she knows she follows it. Okay, let's move to something a little bit more positive and fun than Wednesday and Tim Burton. Let's talk about Emily in Paris. I've been thinking about what Emily would wear, and I wanted to choose something special for her, something that would talk about her character, give some depth, because the show is very fun. It's fun to watch, beautiful, but to me it lacks this depth, and development. I don't think characters grow and grow. Period. So I wanted to choose something that would at least create this image of Emily. And I think this is perfect. So this is La Douceur de Siam by Dusita. Yeah, this is roses, prosecco, lipsticks, powders, flowers all around, sunlight. It's beautiful. It's such a fun. I mean, okay, it's not fun. It's girly. It's girly in the best meaning of this word. It's a girly pink fragrance, but it has character. It's not a little girl. It's not a teenager. It's not sweet. There's not much sweetness. I think there's a little bit of strawberry in it, but it's not this synthetic sweet strawberry, not like ice cream strawberry and nothing like that. Yeah, I wear this fragrance when I'm going to brunch with a girlfriend, to have fun, like with this feminine company, female company, sorry. So yeah, it's very feminine, beautiful. And roses here are white. I would say it's white roses, or maybe light, very light pink. It's beautiful. And I think Emily could wear something like this. Yeah, definitely. And it's such a happy fragrance compared to others that are a little bit darker. It's very different. Yeah. Okay. Next, Harley Quinn, Joker's girlfriend, a crazy woman. And I think that Moschino toy bubblegum, the best for her. It's just so great for her because she's very dangerous, but she has this image of kind of this sexy girl. Not like she's a child, but there's something childish in her image. And I think that she could smell, she actually likes bubblegum. At least this character played by Margot Robbie. I haven't seen the Lady Gaga Harley Quinn yet, this new Joker that just came out, at least at the time when I'm filming this video. Let's focus on the one played by Margot Robbie. Yeah, this smells like bubblegum. And then after maybe an hour or so, after it opens up fully and warms up on your skin, it smells like slightly peppery rose. But this bubble gum part, this is her. This is Harley Quinn. She wouldn't smell like anything else, I think. This is just perfect. And I'm completely confident in this fragrance for her. She would smell like bubble gum. She would smell like something innocent, something that cannot hurt you. This kind of trickster person? That's her. Yeah, that's perfect. It smells literally like bubble gum and then the peppery rose. I don't smell anything else in it. Yeah, it's a fun fragrance, and I'm sure that she would actually love the packaging. I like this little bear myself. I don't think I need a full bottle. I just bought this to play with it a little bit, but I don't need to spray it all over myself 5 times a week. Yeah, Harley Quinn, ladies and gentlemen. The last one in this video is Rhaenyra Targaryen. I was thinking maybe choose Daenerys, but Daenerys is kind of old news, right? I feel like now everybody's watching House of Dragon, and I wanted to be up to date. So I was thinking, what would go well for Rhaenyra? She's a strong woman, she's a queen, she's fighting for her throne, but there was also a soft part in her. She's a mother, she lost a child too. Hope there are no spoilers for you. But still, she's a dragon rider and a woman. She has all these different parts and she has to juggle them all. She has to stay mother, stay queen, stay very strong, but also have some love in her, and she does have this love. And I feel like, I don't know, I haven't watched much of the new season yet, but I feel like she will suffer from her kindness because she does have it. And I thought that Tom Ford, this is discontinued fragrance that you will not find in the stores now, but I bought it pretty quickly after it came out, so I have this gem. This is Rose de Russie by Tom Ford, and the color is pretty cool too. I heard from the staff, Tom Ford staff, that they're relaunching this fragrance under another name because the fragrance is really good and it's worth it. So it would be shame because of like political reasons. I don't want to go into all of that because it's a separate topic. It's not something that I want to discuss here, but I think it's too good of a fragrance to just be there for a few months and then get discontinued and lost forever. That would be a shame. Yeah, so this is the leather. The main accord here, the main line of this fragrance is a very thick, rough leather. This is not a very thin purse, for like that Emily in Paris would wear or something. No, this is her dragon side. But from like somewhere around there, from somewhere behind that big, I don't know, chunk of leather or something, there is a rose. There is a beautiful, beautiful rose. There's zero sweetness in this fragrance. And I feel like Daenerys, she's not a sweet woman. No, she's not. She has kindness, she has love, but it's not a sweet, jammy rose love. There's also a lot of pepper here. Yeah, especially in the opening, I smell this black pepper. Yeah, pretty peppery. It's a nice fragrance, and I think it's just perfect for the character. I cannot think, within my collection at least, within the bottles that I have, I just could not find a better fit because I think it's perfect. Okay, guys, so who are your favorite Halloween characters? Or if you wear something to a party this year, for Halloween party, I mean, what would you wear? I'm curious, I want to know. I personally don't have a particular outfit for this year, but I'm thinking to change it. You have a good day. See you in other videos. Bye bye.